Bueno, Ori Carmona representando abogados con experiencia. Today we have a different kind of show for you. We have a young man, Fernando Carmona Jr. with San Jose State. He is a junior. He is also a bar, born and raised in Las Vegas. We're very proud to have him on the show today, and he's going to talk a little bit about what it takes to be a student athlete at this level. Hello, Fernando.
Thank you, Odie, for having me on. I'm excited to be here and just talk shop.
You got it. So tell us a little bit about your background.
So a little bit about my background. I graduated from Las Vegas High School in 2021, and now I'm a junior at San Jose State. I play on the football team. 3.5 GPA, starting left tackle, started last year, all 12 games. And so, yeah, that's a little bit about myself. Don't want to go too into
Okay. Now, a couple things I wanted to ask to make sure that young men like yourself that are in high school right now understand what it takes to get there. It's not just athletics. Talk to us about how you came around. What is it that you're studying? How did you get there?
So right now I'm actually studying RTVF, radio, television, and film. And originally I started off as a journalism major. But like they say in college, you don't know until you try something out. So got exposed to it this year. I had a class, radio, television, and film, fell in love with it. And from there, I just switched my major this year. I'm going to be minoring in journalism. So I'm still going to be learning a little bit on the writing side of it, but then also kind of getting my face in front of the camera and being able to talk in front of a camera and how to work behind the camera too is very important. So yeah, just kind of learning all the skills to try to hopefully one day be a sports broadcaster.
Now, take us to a day in the life of a student athlete, a football player, and a 3.5 GPA student at San Jose State. What does your day and what time do you start off?
So we start off around like 7 o'clock. You get your breakfast in, and after that, you hit the field. It's a lot of, obviously, you had to stretch and stuff. You practice from, let's say, probably 10 to 12, usually in that range. And then you got to get your treatment after. So you're not really leaving the facility around maybe like 1:32-ish. And then right after that, classes usually start for most athletes or football players around 3. So 3 until like maybe 8, you're somehow in class or something like that. And so it depends. A lot of people go online now. So it makes it a lot easier, a lot of flex schedules where you could kind of go in whenever you want. But yeah, so.
But not on your field. You have to be hands-on the whole time.
So yeah, which I kind of enjoy. I enjoy the part of interacting with meeting people. That's the college. You had to make connections. You had to make
networking.
Your networking. Yes, it's huge. So yeah, I enjoy going into class. During the season, I kind of go more online. So I'll probably be sticking more to my journalism during the season, kind of doing all that writing stuff. And then spring comes around, I'm off season. I'm able to kind of get in, mess around with the cameras and stuff and kind of get my face in front of the cameras.
Okay. Now, I'm going to take you a little bit backwards. You're in high school. You were in high school during COVID, which was not only scary, it was stressful, it was nerve-wracking. The internet got crashed, a lot of people didn't have the internet. How did you handle all that and keep in shape? Tell me what you did. And I know that your parents, your brothers, all the family was behind you 100%. But besides that, what was your mindset at that time?
Yeah, it was definitely a change. I mean, nobody can prepare for a pandemic. I think we learned that. But I think my mindset, obviously, I had a great support system behind me, but a lot of it just fell in love with working out and just kind of seeing the bigger picture. I kind of knew I always wanted to be a Division I athlete, and always had those aspirations, and just kind of working out and knowing that goal just kind of made it that much easier during COVID. And plus, I mean, we weren't doing much. You didn't really have school. Well, you didn't have school at all for a while. So it was like the only thing to look forward to in the day was working out. And then when you're working out, you maybe see your friends. So I think that was kind of the big part of it. And then the big picture was just going Division I and trying to play at that next level. So that kind of gave me that motivation to push me forward.
Okay, so then my next question would be, how did you get introduced to the colleges? How does a student athlete advertise? Because it's basically marketing yourself and seeing what is the best spot for you or what the best benefits, scholarship, et cetera, et cetera. How did you navigate those waters?
1000%. I think the big thing now is Twitter. So Twitter, just kind of social media, it's just a new day and age. no longer emailing coaches. That's kind of in the past, but it's all about Twitter, just reaching out, following coaches, DMing them. And so that was
What's
kind of
DMing them? Excuse me.
direct messaging. So
Okay.
sending a message directly to the coaches. And so a lot of it came from Twitter, marketing myself that way, because you could post pictures, you could post videos, I think up to like 3 minutes on Twitter. And so a lot of it was just that, just posting my workout videos, following coaches, reaching out to them, just trying to really get my name out there. And then also following other like student athletes and trying to connect that way because they also have connections too.
Awesome. Now tell us this last year for football. That was exciting. Now, what is the young man that got picked up actually by the NFL? You're
Oh,
one of your receivers.
no, defensive end.
Defensive end,
Defensive
sorry.
end. No, Junior Fajoko. Yeah, honestly, what a great joy he was. Great dude. Polynesian, so he was just a big family guy and he kind of held the team together. He was crazy, but he was like that crazy family member that everyone just loves.
Love. Now,
And
him
yeah.
leaving, the junior spot now comes to you,
Yeah,
right?
so that was actually a cool little. At the beginning, I came in and nobody called me Junior. It was if you called me Junior, you were talking about the other Junior. It was Big Junior.
Exactly.
So I think it was kind of cool because at the end of it, we kind of made a joke about it. I'm like, I'm finally the Big Junior now, and so he passed it down to me. And yeah, no, we still stay in touch. He's doing great at Dallas right now, and I think he's in camp. So yeah, hopefully we'll be seeing him on the field, number 93 this year.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm excited because I saw him play. So that's always
Yeah.
cool to see these young men and big men making it to the big league. Now, let me ask you another question. You're studying. How many credits do athletes have to take in college? And, depending on I'm sure, on your major.
So to stay eligible, you had to take 12 credits.
Okay.
But they like us to take 15 just in case of like a crazy, like you fail a class. You have those 12 to kind of rely on. I think next semester I think I'm taking 15 again. And yeah, no,
So you're in line to graduate.
yep, still senior year. And then hopefully after that senior year, I'll still have one more year because of my redshirt year, which
Exactly.
basically means I got another year left. And so I think that's when I'll finish my journalism minor. And so have my degree in radio, television, and film, and then have a minor in journalism.
All right. Now tell us, I know you had a great weekend or networking experience, internships.
Yeah.
Talk to me about those
So
internships.
last Monday, so a week ago, I went down to San Diego to be an intern for New Venture Escrow. Didn't know anything about escrows, not even really anything about real estate, but the guy that runs it was a former San Jose State football player, and he just really wanted to show us how business works, what it is to be a businessman, and just how to network with people. So all week I was just shaking hands, sitting in different meetings, seeing how he marketing. That was a big thing with him too. Is like if you can market yourself and you can market whatever you're trying to do and sell it to people, like you'll be just fine in life. So that was his big thing to us. And then we also learned a lot about AI. So they're like hitting it hard. So I think
AI?
yeah.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Okay.
And like Chat GPT. Have you heard of it?
Not chat, but I no.
So basically, it's like the next wave. It's like the new internet, which people are saying. So they're really trying to hit it hard, trying to figure out any way that they could use to benefit it for the escrow. And yeah, all week he was just like, man, you had to get into it. Like, it's going to be the next big thing. And if you could dominate it, like, the sky's the limit. So
Yeah,
I think,
just like the point .com money back in the day.
yeah, that's literally what it is. It's
Exactly.
just a new .com. It's just now it's AI.
Artificial. Oh my goodness.
Times
Oh
are
my
changing.
I know. I know. Oh boy. Anyways, but so in summary, Junior, give me the top 5 most important things that a student athlete from high school to college needs to know, needs to consider, and needs to evaluate.
First one, easy off. You need your grades. Grades need to be on point. That's I think first most. Getting the grades right. Next is just working out and kind of keeping that same regiment going on. You can't really slack off if you're trying to play at the next level. It's intense, and being sharp in that is very important. Dieting. Dieting's huge, and stretching. I'll kind of put those two together. Being able to just keep your body in tip top shape is very important, because when you get to college, I mean, everybody's the same skill level. It's just how you separate yourself, and I think that's a good way to separate yourself. Number 4, ooh, this is tough. 5 is a lot. 5 is a lot.
Okay, give me 4. 3 are
4,
good. 3 are good. I'll give you
I
number
think
4.
networking.
Networking, good one.
Networking. I think just being able to meet everybody on the team and being able to like have conversations and just be open. Like, I mean, there's a lot of players that like to just kind of hold to themselves, and I think that's good for sometimes, but I think being able to go out, meet new teammates, talk, and just meet friends and meet coaches, like, it's everything. Networking is huge. And then what would you say?
Number 5, I would say educating the parents.
Yeah.
Because the parents, again, I go back to the fact that you are fortunate that you have your mom and dad know education. They're both graduates. You know, your family knows what it is, but a lot of parents do not know. How do they know that the coach at the high school level is doing the best that they can for their son? What would you say to those parents, or to the student to tell the parents, hey, you need to get more involved? What would you say?
For the student, I think for both people, I think just communication. Because a lot of times if you don't communicate, things kind of go under the table. You don't really know what's going on. Communicating is huge, and expressing how you're feeling too. I know it's hard for kids nowadays because we're just so like, we're told to like be to ourselves, and then we also just stay on our phones. So kind of having these personal relationships are kind of going away. But I think communicating with people is very important. And just expressing to your parents what's going on is very important, because they don't know if you don't tell them.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
very important. All right, now the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is you're at San Jose. You're playing your team. I love your coach. Okay, and when I get back to San Jose, I really want to meet him because I love his energy. I love the fact that he's never negative. He's very positive. Even if you make mistakes, he's not there to berate you. On the contrary, he's there to pick you up and say, you did it, but next time, do it better. I see how your team really comes together. And so from the outside looking in, I think that it's so important to build that rapport with your teammates, because you're going to be basically a lot of times friends for life.
No, 1,000%. I think Brennan does a great job being that leader figure, and just kind of showing us how to go about it. He comes out with energy every day. This guy's, I don't know, in his 60s, but he's still coming out firing. He comes into the meeting rooms, and we really feed off of that, and we really feed off of how he treats each other or treats players. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're just one big family, and that's how he treats it. And I think that vibe kind of rubs off on everybody.
The respect.
Yeah, definitely respect and all that. And so you could definitely feel it in the room, and like when you're with the team, like he brings it, and we just kind of all reciprocate it.
Now, the other thing I also notice is that the San Jose community is behind the team 100%. I mean, I love that spirit. You know me, okay?
Yeah.
So I love the fact. And then I saw a clip. Was it the president of the campus that did that little dance or that little something or other with you? Who was that gentleman?
Did a dance.
Or he came in and did something in a clip, and I thought, oh my God, that's just so awesome.
It might have been the president. Yeah, there's a new president, and yeah, you could just the vibe in San Jose is just, it's different. The Bay, they always talk about it, but I think we've really tapped into our community. We do a good job of reaching out to the Hispanic communities and the Asian community, everybody.
Yeah,
because we're just a melting pot. That's San Jose, and I think that's kind of the thing that kind of fuels us is, we kind of view ourselves as, the people that don't get as much love as we should. And so we kind of embrace that kind of underdog mentality, and that's when we bring in the city with us. And I think we could really feel that, and I think you could feel it at the games.
that's awesome, because the other thing that people don't realize is not only are you a student athlete, but you're also a community member. You're also an advocate for the community and for the youth. And I understand that you do a lot of work for the youth community in San Jose. You just finished up a camp, and you also coach a football team.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Community outreach is huge to us. I'm actually a part of SAC. So
What does SAC stand for?
SAC is Student Athlete Association Community, I want to say.
Okay.
But we've gone back-to-back years winning, what is that called? The Community Service Award. So yeah, so
Heads
in
up.
the Mountain West. So we take pride in just making community outreach and going out. We even do things at elementary schools. So we go to kind of like the not as fortunate elementary schools and a lot of single house families. And we go to those elementary schools and we play with these kids at recess and we just mentor them for like about 2 hours, talk to them, try to get them back on like the right pace and right track and trying to get them to see, college is where you want to be. So we do that probably once or twice a month. And then I have my team that I coach. And so that's a lot of fun. These kids are running around playing football. It's the greatest thing ever. You've seen these kids go around having fun. It's what you do. And it's what brings joy to me. So
Yeah. Not only that, they look up to you as a figure. You are somebody that in the future, you may not think so, but may have an impact on that one kid that will say, I remember him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And that's what
definitely.
I want to do. And that's just, that's what you do it for.
yeah, and I mean, honestly, I don't even really like real think about it that way, but it definitely is.
Yes.
But I just kind of do it because, I mean, I like to see these kids, have fun. It just kind of brings that inner joy back to me and realizing why I'm doing what I'm doing is because I remember that fun that I had as a kid playing sports.
Right. And you guys grew up, and I say you guys because you and your brother, your father coached football. So you were on a football field since you were probably 4, 5, 6 years old. So you knew you were there, but you didn't realize until you actually started
Yeah.
playing what it took to get there.
No, 1000%. It all kind of worked out, just being around it, seeing just how my dad was a leader, being the coach he was. Honestly, it didn't really hit me at the moment, but I think now it's definitely all kicked in because I know what it is to be on the football field, what it is to put in those long days. Because you've seen the coach's side from my dad coaching to even the player side because I was so close with the players when I was younger. So you kind of got to see both sides and the positives, the negatives, and just kind of taking that and it's built me into who I am today.
That is great. It is so wonderful to see you grow up into an incredible man because, again, I'm biased here. He is my nephew, if nobody realized it yet. But we're very proud of all our family, really. But Junior puts us on television every time we see him. We see Carmona. I'm like, that's me. But no, we are just so proud of you, and not just because you play football. It's because of the fact that you've taken something that you want to do, you have a passion about, in television and journalism, which is. Again, it happened to be that that's my major as well. So I understand that passion of your studies, and that's all it takes. It takes that one moment of figuring out, wow, this is what I want to do,
Yeah.
and then you just dig into it.
No, 1000%. I think I had to give a big shout out just to the whole family, the Carmonas, for always just backing me up and being there for me. Even though I'm kind of busy and like I don't reach out enough, but you guys always back me up and support me in everything that I do and always encourage me to keep on going. So it makes it a lot easier on me to do what I do.
Well, that's what family does, and that's what we're here for. Junior, one last question.
Go right for it.
What is it that you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a sports broadcaster, so I want to be in front of the cameras talking about sports. It's what I love to do. I love to talk sports all the time. I do it with my friends, and so I think it's just being in front of the camera and being able to talk about sports and just kind of have fun with it is kind of my dream, and I'm going to keep on striving for it until I get there.
There we go. You hear that, ESPN? All right. Thank you, Junior, for coming on the show today. Abogados con experiencia, mucho gusto. Otra vez, Ori Carmona, aquí estamos. Cualquier cosa, accidentes, no hay problema. Llame Abogados con Experiencia.